I'm gonna start doing this, or at least try to hold myself accountable, not only for the community, but honestly for myself. Trading, swing trading, intraday trading, 4 hour swing, oh my gosh, that's easy, right? Holding trades, easy. I've got a 10-year track record now. I can be profitable in the markets. And as I work toward automation, that's where most of my losses come from, is just trying to perfect automations in most of my later years of my trading journey. But moving to futures, I've tried and kind of dabbled in the scalps, the 5 points, the 10 points, the 20 points, the holds, all the things. So as I work through this journey, as we have our live classes, I want to share this journey with you. So let's talk about it. How did we do in our live classes on Tuesday? Well, obviously we know Monday was clean. After a week like last week, like Monday, easy trading day. Tuesday, in all fairness, we caught two really, really clean moves, but it was a really, really clean day. So that actually we caught three on Tuesday. That's easier to do, right? When it's a clean day, the volume is there. I mean, there's 80 points. There's more than 80 points to the downside here. I mean, I think just from that 2 minute opening range, there's 170 points to the downside, which obviously we're not going to always have markets like this. We sold, I would have rather sold up here, kind of more close to my JGS strategy, and I'm really leaning toward that even for New York Open, particularly for New York Open, because I want to catch that first leg of the move and get out with my couple of points. But I'll talk more about that in a second. So winner, 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 chicken dinner, all the cool little sayings that the kids say these days. Easy trade, caught a lot of that. I think I had minis on this, and then I came in for with a better size, kind of mirroring to mini accounts, and we caught the first trade, smaller time frame. We had broke out, and we bought up, and of course we did the same thing here, and this continued to go on for the day. So overall, we were done pretty quickly. I mean, I think literally 45 minutes, and caught 18 billion points. So easy day Tuesday. Wednesday also was reasonably easy. It was just clean. It wasn't, I mean, a little bit of chop, sure, but we were patient. And again, I really like this entry better up here. We've got our break. We retest. Nice little flag pattern lines up with the MACD. We're coming, just selling into the VWAP. I know, blah, blah, blah. We should always stay on the same side of the VWAP, but overall, there's plenty of room between where we were looking to enter, or where I could have entered, I should say, using JGS. And why is it not coming up? One more time. There we go. So from way up there to the VWAP, you're still looking at 50 to 100 points. Easy. Like no drama, no nonsense. That's too easy. Either way, we waited for the chop to kind of bounce around a little bit. We got our entry as this retested back in, sold down, caught a great amount of that. That's about 60, 70 points there. I was a little hesitant on the buy. I really wanted to get back above the highs and kind of stay above there, because I didn't want, especially with how much selling pressure we had, and just the no news, the closing of the government, or it's open and these news aren't coming out, and AI this and tariff that. I wanted that confirmation of kind of being above the London highs and pre-market highs, and just not wicking past it. So I was really waiting for this candle to close. We got that candle closure and we entered. Great entry overall. Wider stop because the entry is later, obviously. So again, Wednesday, two trades, easy peasy. Thursday, and I wish I had a screenshot. I'm sure we could grab one from the video. I don't have a screenshot. I was red. I was bleeding out pretty bad. Pretty bad. It was just a chop fest. But just analyzing what we did, obviously we pumped up. We were getting at break below, knowing we could just sell a little bit into that VWAP, get a little bit. Technically, we were up 10, 20 points in each of these moves, but in favor of trying to hold for those bigger moves and not just kind of kill my profits by taking profit too early, I didn't lock, I didn't protect, which is something I have not been doing for the most part. I'm always taking that 10 points, 20 points, easy off the market, take it, and then anything else is just cake, right? It's just the ice cream on the cake. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently, which means taking days like this, and that's not fun. So I'm likely going to land somewhere in the middle, which is, if I've got multiple contracts, I want to be out of one of those or some of those at 10 points, and then the rest is icing on the cake. Still a little bit negative R to R, or negative impact to the R to R, because obviously your losses are going to be full-size losses, and your wins, even if you did catch the 3 or 4 to 1, is going to be substantially undersized. So it's like equal to a 1.75 to 1, as opposed to like the full 3 to 1. So we'll see. We'll see. This negative, I got out of this pretty on time. I did try to hold. I got out of this one on time. This one I was like, nope, I'm not holding, so I got out of this one a little bit early. Cool. So I lost less than 44 points, but that's a pretty big hit. And again, with how much volume we had, it kind of goes with the territory. I will say I'm proud of myself. I did less contracts, just how much volume we had on the week. So that I feel like I did right. Other than that, it was choppy, I think, for everybody. There was a lot of people were red on the day. A lot of big time traders just got their butts handed to them this day because even as we come over here, we're breaking structure, we're retesting. All those people who took those buys, they lost. All the people who waited for this, they lost. A lot of people lost until later in the afternoon where everyone made it up. So on the day, by the time I got to here, I was down like 7, 8K between all the accounts that I was trading. But I did wait, and as we got back below the 50% of here, as we were coming and retesting, I was like, cool, this is where I made up those trades, and I'll show you that on TradeZella too. So overall, that's kind of how we traded the week in terms of live classes. Let me show you our live class results. This is where we're sitting, 9% on the week, assuming you risk 1%. That's including the 2 1% losses. I'm still working on the quality and ability to mirror properly, because in a perfect world, I would trade all of my accounts the same way at the same time, but that's still a little bit hard. It's got a lot of technical glitches that are very costly, but we're working on it. So baby steps. We've got a bajillion year track record saying, hey, we can average 80, 90%. In fact, this is going down as we move to features, but it's going to, because we're on a smaller time frame. We're trading a little bit differently. We're in and out a little bit faster. So kind of goes with the territory. Hard to see days like this, and I'll talk a little bit about my personal parts here in a second, but we know even when we have these kind of chop weeks, if you stay the course, you're going and have any skill or edge, obviously that's going to be part of it, you're going to have success. If you can make 50% on your money, 46% on your money, 22%, 57% in September, that's not a bad way to be at all. We'll probably have increased past that. We'll see. We'll see how this month goes. But that is not a bad way to be at all. Not at all. But it takes some time to get there, obviously. And you can't, like, be the person who's constantly whining, oh, this day was choppy, or I can't trade this trash, and then, oh, I quit because this is a scam, and this broker sucks, or this prop firm's blah, blah. Find a couple places where you fit and just keep going. So that's that in terms of our results for classes. That's that in terms of, I'm just going to minimize this as I move it around your screen to make it dizzy. So here's where I'm sitting on the week. Again, full disclaimer. Whoopsie. That's my July. Let's go to September. Got it. Okay, got it. Full disclaimer, I was very red on Thursday. So by the time New York had closed, I was up 2 or 3 grand. And then, of course, I guess I'll talk about this right now, which is I really feel like tech glitches put me on tilt. So whether or not you blow, and for a while I was defining tilt as only if you blow or kind of go do stupid things, and that is part of it for sure. But tilt is also just that erratic trading behavior. So I feel like this whole period of trading, very erratic, not healthy, not clear-minded, almost irritated trading, which is, what the heck is that, right? And I'm just being honest with where I'm coming from. So we'll work on it. From -7 to 6, my could have achieved P&L is probably pretty high, but it's just what it is. So overall, we're still working on it. We've got good days, bad days, and this is where we're sitting. So I do want to say, last but not least, my goal was to get the win rate. Win rate is good. I like that. P&L, good. I like that. My goal was to get the amount of trades, and mind you, it's not actually this many trades. It's just a lot of accounts, and accounts for in and out. Every one of those actions counts. So this averages about 2 to 3 trades a day, most trading days. But just go to Thursday real quick, because that was the chop fest. This is us down nearly, like we said, $7,000-8,000. This is a one account, the Dragonfly account that I have hooked up to this as well. Overall, barely kind of kept it back up, and this is by the end of the day. I could have swore I put a note on this. I'm guessing I didn't, so let's go all the way back up again. Let's go here. Put a note on it. What I'm hoping to start doing is start having, instead of having my entries, and I don't have like an annotate on this so I could draw be like, oh, I got my 10 points, or hey, I got in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. I like to capitalize on the entirety of the moves that I'm targeting, right? And obviously, we're not going to be trading all of these moves, but just as an example of those moves on that particular day, that is very, very clean. You're in, you're holding for that 2 to 1 or whatever. So I think I'd really like to target this, which is I'm better here. But again, back to the risk to reward, it's a little bit harder to, especially on days like Thursday and Friday. New York Open, I guess, was pretty choppy too, but I didn't trade it, so I can't attest to that. So when it's choppy, you really do need to capitalize on that 10 points and get out, 10 points and get out, 10 points and get out. But the better long-term trader is you're taking 2 to 3 trades a day, 2 losses and you're done. So I don't know. This is something I'm thinking about and working on. But that kind of goes over every single thing. That's where we're sitting on the week. If you guys have any questions, comments, or things that you want to go over, let me know, because that's really what we're doing, is we're just kind of sharing this journey. That is not the right Safari. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get rid of my Safaris because I'm such a Apple girl, but I am considering it. But if you have any questions, comments, things you want to go over, things you're working on, put that in the chat. Let's hang out, let's talk, because long term, the big goal is the 7-figure payout. I just started futures in 2025, really like effectively trading them. We were trading them in 2024, but just getting comfortable on some of the platforms and stuff. So we've hit the 6 figures in futures, but that was never the goal. The goal was to hit 7. So it's going to take some work, though. It's going to definitely take some work and some discipline. So we'll see. Happy Friday, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, enjoy your weekend. Go do something healthy and fun for yourselves and your bodies and your lives. Get up off the screens, and I will see you guys on the charts next week.